I didn't play the first Black Myth Wukong because I'm not black, and who wants to play with a monkey? I know it's not the same video game or the same publisher or developer, but there's like two Souls-like set in Chinese folklore. And you get to play with her instead of the black monkey, which is not even black. That's fiction. This is it's still fiction. All Souls games, Dark Souls, Elden Ring Souls, First Berserker Kazan Souls, Dark Black Monkey Souls, they all have a specific LUT, a style of color grading, if you will. Sure, you can argue that all video games have that, more so for the Souls genre. When a certain game will come with a specific mute color palette, like you see here in Kazan. Wuchang Fallen Feathers is entering the Souls-like space with something most games in this genre avoid, which is cake color. It's color. This is a beautifully colored game, very visually striking and pleasing to the eye. It takes me back a little bit to the MMO era where everything was colorful, where we just loved playing it for the vistas. Who hasn't heard about the Ming Chinese era? Because pretty much any Chinese inspired game draws from that particular time. Well, yeah, Wuchang Fallen Feathers does it better and with more seriousness, sadness, and meaningfulness than all of them. Souls, dodging, parrying, timing your attacks, fighting the boss, sure, but it's just so much more than that. Even though I did not take this game seriously at first, it almost forced me to look at it for what it is. The entire storytelling and what's happening in the game, the entire level design, storytelling, skill tree system, even fighting mechanics revolves around an era that existed in real life in the Ming Dynasty called the Feathering Disease. At the end of it, when the dynasty dimmed, the night winds carried two things: hunger and rumor. Mothers wrapped children in quilts that couldn't keep out the cold. There were stories of sickness that marked the skin with down blue threads. There were stories of neighbors who grew feathers and wandered as if half spirit, half human. Villages that were already pestered by famine and war. People learned to speak softly, to listen for footsteps, to pray that the stranger passing by their door would go away. On one hand, the plague had numbers, while the feathering had whispers. While one took bodies, loved ones, neighbors, family members, children from their mother, the other took certainty, leaving people in almost madness. This is definitely something the game shows you, but respectfully enough, it doesn't tell you. Just like in any Souls game, the story is very subdued, and it's up to you to follow the breadcrumbs and to learn about it. Temples were filled with smoke and the sick ones. If you would get sick, a blue gleam on a forearm could mean curse or miracle, ascend or descend. The masterfulness in which the game shows this in a skill tree and the way it impacts our main character grasps from history itself. Like, you won't believe it. You can see these scenes depicted all over the landscape as you progress throughout the game. It's a bit scary, but it definitely tells a very vivid story. Take a look at this and see exactly what I mean. but it is a Souls game. And yeah, we have armors, right? Here, gracefully done, where style meets survival. It's been done before, but this is also very well implemented here. Armor has always been at the heart of any Souls game, and Wuchang treats it as more than just simple protection. Here, every piece of equipment is both practical and symbolizing something from that era, from that time. Design was definitely drawn from regional tradition, folklore, Chinese folklore, with the motive of feathers and flight appearing in pretty much all the main armors. The developer's philosophy flips the usual formula. And man, they were bold. They craft armor to look striking first, then layer the stats on top. That way, players can focus on wearing what feels right for their style of play and their sense of fashion. Fans of the fashion Souls community will especially appreciate the inclusion of transmogrification. I believe that's what it's called. You can find it in Kazan. You can even find it in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. But here is way better implemented. This feature letting one set stats to combine with the appearance of another. As usual, you have no trade-offs, no compromises. You get to fight your battles without abandoning your preferred aesthetics, if you will. Which, yeah, I took advantage of that. The progression is all tied in a way she interacts with the skill tree. I've never seen nothing like this. Oh no, this is not your typical skill tree. The boring way Souls makes the gameplay work, you add points to HP, you add points to stamina or mana, and there you have it. Your HP bar just magically grows. It's boring, it's been done, but not here. Here it's all tied up to the curse of the feathering, just like the entire game. In Wuchang, the corruption known as feathering isn't just something cosmetic, it's the backbone from the entire video game. Every death feeds it. Like, I'm not kidding, it goes deep. With each time you fall, Wuchang gains strength, but also loses stability. It's crazy, forcing players into a cycle where growth always carries danger. I didn't even notice this up until I was like more than 10 hours in. When I got killed, I became stronger. I hit harder, but I don't even want to give you spoilers. You fall into madness and you find your madness phantom in the world. Good luck defeating it, but if you do, the rewards are huge. The echoes reshape the environment, reminding you not only of what you've lost, but what's at risk if you falter again? In the genre built around just basic repetition and resilience, Wuchang twists the formula, making death itself part of the story you carry forward. Man, this hits hard. Like, how do you not appreciate this and give it mixed reviews? Like, it's crazy. People had no idea what they're sleeping on. And honestly, just staring at the main character and playing around with mods, I didn't knew either up until it hit me. I urge you not to sleep on this amazing Souls game. Granted, you should probably take it more seriously than I have with 20 mods installed before I actually realized what I was playing. But this is like a way more serious tone that I want, so I'll leave you up with some unique gameplay.